recording. All right, so today we are going through LAT again, I guess, and we are also, but slightly differently. And we're also going to go through what we can expect of or in the event that we're going to do. So later today, and this is one of the major differences between just events and standard matches. Later today, I'm going to join a small meeting with all the other squad leaders and the commander of our team. The commander is the guy, he's going to have his own little crew because it's like 40v40. So it'll be then 3 by 9, which should be 36. Sorry, 4 by 9, which should be 36. And then the commander, and then he has 3 little helpers. That should make 40 people, right? And and the commander basically he controls the squad leaders, and then the squad leader controls all you fools, and that's basically it. That's the setup, right? I'm going to go in there and we're going to discuss tactics specific to the map we're playing. We're going to plan, and we're going to prepare. So our squad will have like a name. Will be squad 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, doesn't matter, and we will have a specific task that we are going to do. And that is one of the major differences. Every other squad obviously will have the same thing, and the plan won't be too detailed because you need to adapt. But in general, that is the major difference. It is not necessarily higher skill, but it is more organized, is what I generally call it. Because anyone can play more organized. It just requires slightly more discipline. So... yeah, that's
like right here.
What?
Discipline.
Exactly. No, that's principles.
Oh, bro, shit.
G-Force, yeah, anything more you want to add to the conversation right here? All right. There you go. Yeah, thank you. All right. So, Jesus Christ. All right. So hold fire. Everyone hold fire. All right. So, just principles. So what we're going to do, I don't know yet, but I'm going to go to that meeting later on, and then they're going to discuss. And there's even there's a website called Game Tactics dot, I don't know. It's Game Tactics dot something. Just Google search Squad Tactics Planner, and you'll find it every time. That's what I do anyway, instead of learning that damn URL. And it's basically a website where you can load up an image, and onto that image you can place, for example, like a move marker or an FOB marker or just lines and shit like that, and you can draw on the image. So what you do is obviously you take an image of a map that you want to play, and you place all the lines and all the things you want. You're right. Mm-hmm. So that's generally how it's done, and then plans are made, and usually you never plan further than about the first 15 minutes, because after that it's a clusterfuck. A lot of clans don't plan at all. I believe Mumblerines are one of them, because they just I don't know, I don't think they do the same thing every map, but they have, I guess, some variations of some plans or something. But then again, we are far from the Mumblerines. And so we're going to make a little plan. I quite like planning, to be honest.
Question.
Go.
Is it a new meeting for every Saturday?
For every Saturday, I will be attending as a squad leader, yes.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be online tomorrow.
Oh, right. Yeah, don't worry. You don't need to attend. Basically, every new match will be a different map, or most likely a different match. Or map, sorry. I'm guessing you're going to play the same layer twice, at least once during the tournament, since it's 10 matches in total. But the Level GG tournament doesn't require you to attend every single match. Our team is about 50, 60 people. I'm not quite sure. Well, not 60, but 50 people. So you have basically 10 people that could be reserves, or 10 people that could not attend. And you probably have some general reserves, and they can sort shit out, right? So you have a full team every time. But generally, a team has extra players, right? Because very rarely can everyone attend. Yeah, and it's it's going to be more organized, and you're going to be expected to like I don't know how serious it. Like honestly, I've never attended this event in like specifically, but a lot of people take these kinds of things very seriously, and like a lot of people take CCFN super seriously, and some people like to goof off when playing CCFN. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to be. It feels like they take it seriously, but we'll see. Hold a smoke grenade, Zamir. And yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to say about the events. We're going to now talk about the LATs. And first and foremost, let's see, Des, you're here. All right, I want you to take no, that's a bad example. All right, so there is a vehicle now. You'll notice it. It is, let me get my binos out so the audience can see it as well. Actually, I don't have binos because I've got the wrong kit. Let me get the right kit. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, I thought I was prepared because I had... all right, so at 400 meters, there is a vehicle. Do you see the vehicle? It should be a Logi truck that is exploded.
You mean 200?
There is one at 200 as well. There's another one at 400.
Okay.
Would you take that shot?
No.
No, you wouldn't. Exactly. That is the point, right? Your LAT shots are worth more than you are, pretty much. Now, I know you are required to actually fire them, but yeah, an LAT shot, yeah, and that's exactly why you don't take shots like that. He missed by more than 100 meters. Right? That hit before the 300-meter vehicle. So he basically now, he is only 50% useful until he gets rearmed. Now, fortunately, he was standing next to ammo, so it's not that big of a deal. Your proximity to ammunition is basically that really adjusts what shots you take. But keep in mind that every time you want to resupply, it is 75 points out of this the ammo resupply thing, right? Now, obviously, here you see no fob. This is a special training ground, so there's unlimited ammo. But remember that, like, even if it's full, if you resupply 5 times, you're still gonna take 1/3 of the ammunition on an FOB, which is it's a huge amount, right? There's a lot of people who want to do this, and not just you. So conserve your LAT shots. Very I usually say only take shots you know you're gonna hit. So where would you try and hit right now, Emir? If you okay, which of these vehicles would you try to shoot at? If you
100 meters.
All right. So hit this one over here then.
On the right side?
One. Yeah, the right side. And that was barely. I think that was a miss, but I'm not quite sure. So I see that's a miss right now. Hang on, let me just get on the camera. That was a miss. You missed it by 2 meters. So you were probably aiming right at it. And I'm gonna. There is a guide as to where you aim, but I think at 100 meters, that was a hit. At 100 meters, instead of aiming, instead of aiming where you think you should be aiming, there is the bottom of your reticle. Don't use the post. Use the bottom of the post. That is where you're aiming at 100 meters.
Okay.
With the US thing, you've got the post, the sort of line in the middle. If you aim with the bottom of that at 100 meters, if you aim with the top of it, it's like 50 meters. That's basically just right in front of you.
Okay.
All right, so that's just aiming. There are guides for aiming, and this is shit you can do as well in your spare time. Just go to the training ground and just sit here and shoot at different targets and figure out what works, right? And eventually you're going to learn this instinctively. But what we're not talking about is how do you behave in combat, right? Because you are absolutely essential when it comes to a squad. It depends ever so slightly on the who I'm facing. If I'm US and I'm facing militia, for example, depending slightly on map, I don't care that much about LATs. Generally, you always want 2. But if it's Sumari and I'm facing the insurgents, I don't care because I know on Sumari they have unarmored technicals, and with an unarmored technical, I would you can kill everyone in that technical with a gun easier than you can with that LAT. So then I don't really care about the LAT. I would rather have you with 2 grenades, for example, which are more useful because you can actually throw those over a wall. So it's slightly dependent on who you're facing, but if I am US facing Russia, or if I'm anyone facing Russia, really, or if I'm anyone facing the US side, I always want 2 LATs. And yeah, I don't know, it's just so much better because if we're stuck anywhere, right? Say we're here, we want to get to this building over there, but right here by this target, there is a BTR. If we don't have LATs, we cannot do what we want to do. There is no chance in hell. We'd have to either go back and maybe go over this hill right here. We'd have to go over that hill and then sneak up north. So we'd spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing something that would ordinarily take us 30 seconds to run across this fucking field right here. So LATs are absolutely crucial. If you fail to hit your target, oftentimes we are stuck, right? If you miss with more than 1 rocket, and sometimes if you miss with 1 rocket, I'm just going to go pick up a vehicle and you can see how crucial your hits actually are because I need all your rockets hitting. So let's get that BTR, for example. Give me 1 second. Come on. Turn. Oh, come on. At 150, you should be aiming. Oh, I can't even remember, man. But I'll.
Bottom of the circle.
Yeah, the bottom of the circle. So, keep in mind. Okay, so let's fire. I want Emir and Dragon. You guys shoot at this BTR right here. Both of you, just put all your rounds on the BTR. Emir and Dragon, that's it. Emir and the Dragon. Yeah, exactly. So that's 2 hits. He's still alive, right? And then you've got 2 more shots each of you. And there he goes on the 3rd shot. So with a BTR, the team in general has 2 misses, right? If you miss twice, you are done. That's it. So just reload and Yummy, get a striker, please. Now, and the US LAT, for me, the US LAT is the best one because it's easiest to aim with, if you ask me. It's also quicker because you just take it out and that's it. There's no ammo switching. There's no bullshit, right? The Russian one, you've got the switching, you've got all sorts of crap, right? So park it right there. Emir and Dragon, put shots into it, please. 1, 2, 3, and then Dragon hold. Notice how it's not exploding? Dragon fire. With a striker, you cannot miss. You cannot miss 1 single shot. If we miss 1 shot, we are helpless against a striker, right? He can sit there all day. Yep.
I have a question.
Yep.
When you shoot it 3 times, won't it burn out? Keep burning until it explodes?
Nope. Not a striker. Not if you do it there are some edge cases, I believe, where if you hit it once and then you wait and then once and then you wait and then once again and then you wait, it'll burn out the 3rd time, but I'm not completely sure. Generally,
the MTLB.
nah, fuck it. The MTLB, 2 shots, it'll always fucking die, right? In extremely rare cases, the MTLB will survive 2 shots. If the shots are spread out, I believe. If you hit it twice within like 10 seconds of each other, something like that, you're fine, right? But if it's hit once and then it's hit twice 2 minutes later, then it'll survive on like 1 HP. But most likely they will shit their pants and want to drive off. But it's an MTLB, so it'll... No, sorry, it's MRAP. I'm talking about an MRAP right now. I think the MTLB is 2 shots. It's always there, which is an important lesson as well, because that was a miss. You hit nothing. You hit about 450 meters, by the way. So you're not gonna take shots like that, and that was 450 again, but you were aiming for the 400. So these are things you can practice on your own. Again, 450, and this one
so
is
basically shooting
550.
beyond 200 meters is unreliable unless you have a lot of ammo or you want to just mess around.
Yeah. Or if you're extremely skilled. Some people are really, really good and can reliably hit shots at 300, 400 meters or at moving targets. Generally, what I ask you to do is never try and shoot at a moving BTR unless, and there is one exception, right? Unless it is trying to escape. So if you have a BTR, it's stationary, you go boom, boom, you hit it twice, and now it's trying to drive off, you want to get that third shot on it because it's going to go anyway, right? It's not going to remain here and bother us. So mission pretty much accomplished, right? We could save our 2 shots at this point, but killing 1 BTR is like it's worth the attempt, I would say. So if you've got 2 shots on it and now it's starting to move off, I would try and put the 3rd or possibly 4th shot on it if it means maybe destroying it, right? And then you can do risky shots like a 150 shot on a moving BTR if you know it's a 1-hit kill, because the difference is putting it out of action for 4 minutes or putting it out of action for 4 minutes with a 26 or 25 or 23 ticket cost on the side. Hold fire, by the way, boys. Also, like in extremely rare cases, obviously you can use the LAT as anti-infantry. The US one, I would not recommend it though. I would generally, if you have the LAT kit, like if you have the LAT kit, generally that you do because there's enemy vehicles you might want to destroy at some point. So if you fuck around and use your LATs to kill that one guy in the building, it's kind of stupid because that BTR just freezes the whole team. So just keep in mind, like you are, like a lot of times maybe you won't be able to use your LAT shots, but it's like insurance, right? It's like insurance. You have it regardless of if you think your house is going to burn down or not, right? It's just smart to have. So you always have 2 LATs regardless of if you think the damn BTR is going to roll up on your position or not, because it could. And if it does and you don't have the LATs, you're fucked. So let's see. What is the 3rd point? Oh yeah, and keep in mind, like, remember the shit like you've got the 2 vehicles we just shot at right now, right? The Striker and the BTR. The BTR 3 shots blows up. The Striker 4 shots blows up. But everything else, pretty much everything else that I can think of right now, takes
2 shots.
Yeah, is 2 shots. So don't waste the 3rd. It's gonna blow up. If you get 2 shots on it, just hold. Don't fire anymore. Because even if you're not fully ammoed up, it is a lot of the time useful to have 2 rockets. Any BTR worth this, or any BTR driver gunner worth his salt is gonna like go back to base with 2 shots on him. So you're still gonna accomplish mission, which is getting us or allowing us to run over to the building, right? Because the BTR is going to drive off so we can run over to the building, right? Even though you don't kill him, it's still sort of worth it, you know? A lot of the time you just want to remove the BTR. That's really all I care about. Like, I don't want him where he is. And if he's somewhere else where he can't hurt me, then that's perfectly fine. That's acceptable, right? It's not brilliant, but it's acceptable. And yeah, I think that pretty much concludes it. Any questions, any insights or helpful hints and tips?
Don't
I
die.
think,
Yeah,
I
and there,
think using smoke grenades is the best tactic.
using smoke grenades absolutely a great tactic, but with a like. By the way, yeah, I'm gonna do that. If you have a vehicle that's super annoying, sometimes it is worth it just to piss him off to throw a smoke grenade on his position, because it's gonna block his view and it's gonna force him to move, and it'll also piss him off, which is always fun. And so if you throw a smoke grenade right there, right, and he's trying to aim around or he's doing long range shit, then just throw a smoke grenade. And if you're super lucky and he's stupid, he will go out of the vehicle to try and kill you, at which point you can shoot him. So just be prepared for that. But yeah, sometimes throw a smoke grenade at a vehicle if you think you can survive it, right? Don't suicide up to the vehicle to throw a goddamn smoke grenade at him. But it's like a little bit of a troll thing, where it's
Especially, I've got one thing, if
Yep.
I may.
go.
Especially if you're GL. I mean, one of your jobs is to mark targets with like red smoke, blue smoke, white smoke, whatever. You can put a red smoke on an enemy vehicle and they will usually move from that position.
That is also true. Or you could, if the enemy is pinning you medium to long range, you could try and put red smoke directly between you and him. He wouldn't have to move much, but it is maybe enough to get some of your guys out of that building and into that secondary piece of cover or whatever while he's moving. So yeah, and shit like that. Anyway, I think we're gonna conclude the lesson and actually play the game. So yeah, that's about it.